Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Oh, I'm hungry.
Is considered meat heavy, but
This is not a good idea watching as I'm hungry, but maybe it'll make me give a better reaction. I want that. Whatever it is, I want it. Is that... Oh, look at that skin. Is that pork? Boiled potatoes. Big thing in Europe.
the cliche is only partly true. We'll show you 5 typical specialties from Germany, from hearty to vegetarian to sweet. Bet you wouldn't have guessed that one of them is actually a German invention. Let's start with a classic, the Schweinshaxe. This knuckle of pork probably corresponds to the image that many people have of German food, served with a side of Bavarian folk music, like here in Munich's Hofbräuhaus. Wolfgang Reitmeier uses basic ingredients when preparing this typical Bavarian specialty, but he's very particular about the origin and quality of the meat.
Wichtig für die Zutaten ist halt Regionalität. Das ist einfach das nachvollziehbar ist, wo kommt das Ganze her.
And this is how the knuckles are prepared. The front leg of the pork is seasoned with garlic, salt, pepper, and a mixture of caraway seeds. After resting for an hour, the meat goes into the oven for 30 minutes at 160 degrees Celsius to begin with. Then it's basted with dark beer and put back in. After 2 hours, the pork knuckle is basted 2 more times with black beer and grilled at a high temperature until a perfect, slightly caramelized crust is formed. The Schweinshaxe is traditionally served with a potato dumpling and gravy. When boiled, the pork knuckle is known as Eisbein, a dish more popular in northern Germany, where it's usually eaten with sauerkraut and potatoes. Either way, the pork knuckle is an absolute...
I mean, this just looks so much more appetizing to me. Not that I wouldn't eat the other one, too.
...staple of German cuisine. Time now for something vegetarian. This vegetable is the headliner on many German menus in springtime, asparagus. The season lasts about 3 months.
Love asparagus. Interesting. Look,
time,
it looks like ginger.
Germans eat an average of around 1.4 kilograms of asparagus per person.
Love asparagus. It might be my favorite vegetable. It's definitely my favorite vegetable if you only have the vegetable itself, some olive oil, and some salt and pepper. If that's all you have, I can make asparagus, like grill it, and it'll still be very delicious. It has such... I love just the natural flavor of asparagus. I love broccoli as well, but I think I need to kind of dress up the broccoli a bit, a little more flavor, in order for me to really love it. Asparagus, love it.
Asparagus
Brussels sprouts are kind of growing on me, too.
Has been grown in the region 4 kilograms of...
Oh, green beans, too. Not the canned green beans. Fresh green beans. Oh,
asparagus per person. Asparagus has been grown in the region around Belitz, south of Berlin, since the middle of the 19th century. The soft, sandy soil here is ideal.
In diesem Sand wächst der Spargel möglichst gerade und hat keinen Widerstand. Und weil er auch ein leichtes, der Boden erwärmt sich gut und dadurch kriegt der Spargel auch hier sein einzigartiges Aroma.
Around 10% is green asparagus, which grows above ground, and 90% is white and grows underground. As soon as the tips begin to peek out of the soil, the white asparagus is harvested, mostly by hand. Because of the complicated harvesting process, it was seen as a luxury in the past, which only the wealthy could afford.
so you just grow it underneath the mat so it doesn't get the sunlight, and it...
That's why it was also known as the royal vegetable, or white gold. In Germany, it's served with hollandaise sauce and potatoes. Some have it with a schnitzel, but the absolute spring classic is a vegetarian dish. Asparagus served with breadcrumbs browned in butter. Our next stop, the bakery. This is a specialty that is associated with Germany all over the world, the pretzel. Especially in southern Germany, life without pretzels is unthinkable. A distinction is made between the Bavarian...
I always get confused. I'm like, because with southern and northern Germany, obviously, but I know that lower Germany is northern Germany and upper Germany is southern Germany. And it makes sense, you know, higher in elevation versus lower in elevation. But I correlate upper with north and lower with south, and so I'm like, wait a second. Oh, right.
and Swabian varieties. The dough consists of wheat flour, water, yeast, and a mixture of salt, malt, and either margarine, butter, or lard. The dough is divided,
Nice,
rolled
warm,
out,
soft pretzel.
and then skillfully twisted into shape. This takes a lot of practice.
Es ist einmal so, dann so und so.
I get so much joy out of stuff like this. Little simple things, not really that simple, but just folding the pretzel. I'm not trying to say the whole process is simple, but just the flipping the pretzel and seeing someone who's been doing it for a long time to the point it's just second nature. It doesn't have to be folding pretzels. It can be anything that anyone has done for a long time, and it's just satisfying to watch.
Das ist ja eigentlich auch das, was die Leute am meisten fasziniert. Das Schlingen.
After the pretzels have risen, they're coated with diluted baking soda. Symmetrical and deep golden brown. This is what a Bavarian pretzel should look like. The Swabian version differs mainly in its shape. It's all about the so-called belly and the thin arms.
Was wichtig ist an der schwäbischen Brezel, die dünnen Ärmchen, die nachher kross werden und der Bauch, der dann schön locker ist und dann auch dann weich ist.
Regardless of your preferred shape, the pretzel is undeniably the flagship of German baking.
The cheese one.
Could the same be said about our next German specialty?
Oh, give me all of it. I'm so hungry right now. What is that? Fish? I don't care what it is. I will eat it. Love raw onions. I don't think there's a single food dish where I prefer any other version of onions, whether it's, sauteed or browned or candied. I like raw onions. They're so perfect. The taste is my favorite. And the texture is my favorite. Just anywhere where I have onions, I think I prefer raw white onions to anything else.
Really have to like eating fish to find out. The fish rolls are particularly popular in northern Germany in every possible variation.
Natürlich ein Lachsbrötchen.
Ein Backfisch, also was Paniertes.
Krabbenbrötchen. Bin schon ganz gespannt, wie das schmeckt.
You'll mainly find the beloved snack by the coast at little stands like this one
Makes
in the port
sense
of
on the
Hamburg.
Baltic.
Always with fresh fish and usually topped with some onions. The king, or should we say chancellor of fish rolls, is the one with Bismarck herring. Herring fillets are marinated in vinegar and salt and mixed with mustard seeds, onions, bay leaves, and allspice. The herring is then left to marinate in the spicy broth for a week. It's named after the German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck, who ruled at the end of the 19th century. According to legend, a local merchant sent him a barrel of the pickled herring and got permission to name it after him. Today, the Bismarck roll is the classic fish roll, a street food that is a must-try for any visitor to northern Germany.
Yes, please.
Moving on to dessert. The typically German spaghetti.
I'm not so much a dessert guy. I like it every now and then, but definitely I'm more of a savory, especially right now.
Typically German? It sure is. The noodle-shaped ice cream with strawberry sauce and white chocolate sprinkles was created here in Mannheim in southwest Germany. Dario Fontanella, the son of Italian immigrants, came up with this unusual creation in his father's ice cream parlor. It first appeared on the menu in 1969, inspired by a dessert he had eaten on vacation.
Neugierig bin ich an der Theke gegangen und habe der Frau gefragt, habe gesagt, sagen Sie mal, können Sie mir erklären, wie Sie diese Schnürchen da rausgemacht haben? Und dann hat sie gesagt, das ist ganz einfach. Ich habe Kastanienpüree genommen und das habe ich durch eine Kartoffelpresse gejagt. Ja? Und da habe ich gedacht, das ist aber genial.
For spaghetti ice cream a la Fontanella, you need milk, cream, thickener, egg yolk powder, and sugar.
Back to the meat.
Plus some vanilla extract and lemon. The ice cream mixture is made at -8 degrees Celsius. To make the red sauce, strawberries are pureed. Then you're good to go. The vanilla ice cream spaghetti is placed on a portion of cream with a strawberry puree acting as the tomato sauce and white chocolate sprinkles as Parmesan. This is definitely the sweetest spaghetti dish you'll ever try. What are some of the typical specialties in your home country?
Chowder. Oh, I'm hungry. I want the pork thing. And the sandwich with the fish and onions. Oh, look at that. Love you all. Hope you're all doing well. I need to go make some food. Would appreciate any answers to questions I had, any comments at all. You guys are always great with that. If you're not doing great, then chin up, guys. Emotions are fickle. You'll be good soon. Don't worry. Bye, guys.